Hi everybody, this is Cassandra. Welcome back to Cassandra's Garden. Peace and love to all of you. I hope you're doing well. Today, I'm going to give you the recipe and the instructions to my famous banana nut bread with a maple glaze. This is going to blow you away. If you follow my recipe and my instructions precisely, you're going to feel like you just had a slice of heaven when you cut it. All right, I've already got my oven preheated to 350 degrees, and I already have my loaf pan greased with my easy release cake batter. And that video is on my YouTube channel. It's called Cake Goop. Uh, uh, it's got two titles. It's Cake Goop Easy Release Cake Spread. So just look for that on my YouTube. It's very easy to make, and it's the best stuff on the planet as far as making things non-stick. So I did that to save a little time. Now we're going to start with our flour. You're going to need 2 cups of flour, 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder. We're going to add that to the flour. 1.5 teaspoons of baking soda. You're going to add that to the flour as well. And let me grab my whisk. And then you're just going to whisk these together ever so slightly. And in my KitchenAid stand mixer, I have a 1/2 cup of softened butter. And to that, I'm going to add 1 cup of sugar. And we're going to beat well. Let me get my beater. So we're just going to beat this ever so slightly. You're going to love this recipe. I'm telling you. Everybody thinks their banana nut bread is the best. Well, when you follow my recipe and my instructions, they're going to be eating their words, because they're going to say yours is. Because this is definitely the royalty of banana nut bread. Okay, now we're going to add our eggs one at a time. And it's 2 eggs. So make sure you write down 2 eggs for this recipe. And then we're going to add 1/4 cup of buttermilk. And this is the buttermilk that I make when I make my homemade butter. It really does make a difference. It tastes so much better. And my baked goods come out 1,000,000 times better, you guys and gals, when I use my own butter, my own buttermilk. I love it. We're also going to add 1 teaspoon of lemon juice to that mixture. We're also going to add 1/4 teaspoon of salt to this mixture. We're going to add 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Now I have right here, I have 5 bananas. You need between 5 and 6 bananas, or this recipe is not going to taste right. You need at least 5, but you can't use more than 6. And my granddaughter is over here just to eyeing this, because she asked me before I made my pumpkin bread for you guys and gals if I would make the banana bread with the maple glaze. And I said, absolutely, my little sweetheart. So I'm adding my 5 mashed bananas. But what was I going to say? Bananas. Lord have mercy. I'm tired, y'all. Woo! I can't believe I was going to say bananas. I have officially created a new word. So you need at least 5, no more than 6. So if you want to use 6, it's perfectly okay, but don't use more than 6, and please don't use less than 5 bananas. Okay, now we're going to add our flour mixture. And because I'm having to do it in such a small space, I'm just going to have to go ahead and add it all at one time. but that's totally okay. Let's go ahead and get that incorporated, shall we? And then to that, we're going to add a half a cup of pecan chips. These are like great for baking for cookies. I always get the pecans that are chopped up like this because it tastes better and it makes it easier to eat. And then mine's a little different. That's why I'm telling you this is the royalty of banana nut bread. Now we're going to add a half a cup of sliced almonds, and they must be sliced. Oh my God, y'all, that's smelling so good. Woo. We're going to, God almighty, I could eat that just like that, y'all. I'm telling you. Let me scoot it over here so you can see what I'm doing. Now, I already have my oven preheated to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm going to have to bake this for 45 minutes at 350 degrees Fahrenheit in my greased pan. And if you don't have this recipe for the cake release, the cake goop, please look on my channel. There's a video on there with specific instructions. It's very precise. It's very specific. That's the best stuff in the world for making sure that your cakes, pies, and your biscuits, anything that you have to bake, this is wonderful to make sure that it does not stick. It's the best thing I've ever run across in my life, and I thank God for it every day. I bake a lot, so and those of you who bake a lot and make a lot of stuff from scratch, you'll understand why I say I thank God every day for it. I'm not trying to be dramatic. I'm being honest. Now I'm going to clean off my paddle attachment, and then I'm going to get ready to put this delicious mixture into this pan. I'd like to do it where you can see what I'm doing. There we go. Isn't that just gorgeous? Absolutely gorgeous. It's already gorgeous before it even gets baked. And then you're just going to add this entire batter to your loaf pan. And this is just a standard size. I should have got you the measurement, but I'm pretty sure it's a 9 by 9, I think. I'll tell you what I'll do. While I'm waiting for this to bake, I will get the measurements for you. And then when we come back for part 2, when we make the glaze, I'll let you know exactly what size this is. Left a few nuts. All right, Wyatt, you better cut it out. Sorry about the shake, you guys. If y'all could only smell through your screen, I'm telling you. I'm going to put this in the oven. I'm going to bake it for 45 minutes. I'm going to come back for part 2, and I'm going to show you guys and gals how I make the maple glaze. And it goes on top of this after it cools, and I'm telling you, it's a slice of heaven. And then my granddaughter and I went grocery shopping before I came home to make this video, and I got some maple pecan limited edition coffee. So in the morning, we are going to have a slice of this with our maple pecan coffee, and you want to talk about heaven. So I love you guys and gals. You've got the recipe. Please stay tuned for part 2. I want you to see how it turns out, and I want you to see how I make the maple glaze. Peace and love, and I'll be back for part 2.